Welcome back. As I mentioned, we have Ellyce Rothrock here, who is here on behalf of the Media and Communications Department, and we're going to talk about the Village Breeze. Well, thank you for joining us this morning.
Well, thank you for having me. It's always a pleasure.
Thank you. And, you know, we're always very excited to see what's on the cover of the Village Breeze, and this is beautiful. Who is this?
That is Little Black Phoebe, and it's by resident Mark Rabinowitz.
Oh, I love that. I mean, it's
avid
amazing how
photographer.
close he can get.
I know. He has some very nice equipment that he uses for those. So
He does, and he always provides us with some beautiful, beautiful photos, and this is no exception. Now, the Village Breeze just dropped late last week, so what are some of the highlights?
Well, one of the things I'd like to point out is our new CEO, Siobhan Foster, has written a guest editorial, and in it she talks about renewed focus on commitment to excellence and a dedication to service, and a little bit more information about her vision for leading the village. And she will be writing a column for us almost every issue, if not every issue. So, you know, she can share her thoughts and her feedback with residents. And we have a lot of really great features. We have one on insurance, which was written by experts from the Community Associations Institute. And it talks about why insurance rates are going up all over the Midwest, Florida, the West Coast. And it also talks about how community associations can better prepare for insurance adjustments.
Well, yeah, when you looked at the value of the overall village, it was an astronomical amount. And like you said, I remember talking to many of the board folks, and they're like, you know, you have to piecemeal it out because one insurance company isn't going to take care of it all.
Right.
So yeah, that's good to know.
It's a huge problem everywhere.
Wow. Okay. Well, good. That'll be very interesting to look at. What else?
Well, we have a great feature on the Laguna Woods Senior Clown Alley and all the great things that they've been doing to keep people laughing through good times and bad.
I love it. We haven't had them on in a while. I was just thinking about them the other day.
Yeah, it's a great feature, And another great feature is all about the Village Community Fund and how it provides support for programs and services and facilities that enrich the lives of people here in the village. And it's really an in-depth story. It was written by Leslie Ann Mogul, who's the director of philanthropy for the fund. And it talks about how you can donate, who benefits, why it's needed, the programs that they've supported or helped support throughout the years. It's really a great feature. And the last one that I want to point out is 6 ways that you can protect your brain during the aging process.
Nice.
You know, it's a good feature for anybody, no matter what your age.
Oh yeah. And we talk a lot to the Alzheimer's Orange County folks who do a lot here for classes that are on your brain and how to keep your brain fit. So that is definitely a good one. You should have that one in every issue so we don't forget.
I know. Well, if you read it once or twice, maybe you won't forget as much.
That's right. That's true. That's a good one. That's a long one. And you've got lots of other great things in here. One thing that I like is I think in the middle you always have the map, which works out real nice. And then you've got some other good things. They're just like little piecemeal things. A good neighbor captain, which is great because I know that we need more of those.
We do.
Which is good. And then one last thing I know you wanted to touch on, which is probably a really good idea, is that we've got the new recycling program, and the waste management is not with us now, and it's CR&R. And it's a little bit tough out there. We had Siobhan talked a little bit about it last time, that they were having some recruiting issues and getting people to come to work.
Right. They're witnessing a lot of the problems that are endemic throughout the country with hiring, and you know, it's a big transition. And with any transition, you know, there's going to be a need for patience and understanding, and you know, it will all get straightened out in the end. And but what I'd like to point out is that in this issue there is this front and back page, which is actually the flyer from CR&R. So, you know, if people want and they want to tack it onto their refrigerators or keep it someplace for handy reference, they can tear it out and use it.
Right.
So that was one little touch that I wanted to add so people could have that. It's the same flyer that Resident Services uses and in here in the community center as well.
Yeah, well, one thing I think that you have to get used to the different cans, and they're pretty specific with the recycling. One thing they don't want you to do is they don't want you, because I know some people will put the plastic bags in their containers in their their kitchen.
Right.
Then they'll put the recyclables in that bag, and then the whole thing goes in there.
Right.
No bags are allowed.
That's
huh?
right. That's
Yeah.
right. I believe maybe paper bags are allowed.
Paper bags are recyclable, so that's okay. But
Yes,
but
but not
plastic, no
plastic.
more plastic in
No,
there. Yeah,
no.
yeah. It's a process, boy. Just once you
Yes,
get it to
yes,
the
it is.
location, they've got to separate and do their job too. So it's a
Yes.
lot of work. So whatever we can do to help them along
It's a
is
big
good.
deal.
Well, perfect. Now, like I said, oh wait, Lion Country. Oh, wait, you said there was a Lion Country safari thing.
Yeah, way back in the day, I think from 1970 to 1984, there was Lion Country Safari. Some residents may remember that, and new residents may wonder what that is, but it was an open air zoo where you could drive through and the animals were out in the open and they could come to you. And you know that this content was provided by the History Center. They're great about always providing a lot of great content for that back page then and now. And you know, that would have been fascinating to see, but you know, it was defunct long before I moved to California. But
Oh, yeah. Oh,
and
yeah.
now it's the multi-housing complex Los Olivos.
Yes.
It had been Wild Rivers, it had been an amphitheater,
Right.
and then now it's housing.
Well, it extended quite a ways. In fact, where some of the other homes that are built up there, same kind of thing. So I did go to Wild Country Safari way back when.
Did
I
you?
was little. Yep, we drove through in the little station wagon, and because I lived in Los Angeles, so we came down. But it was something to see.
I bet
so
it was.
it's kind of sad that things
Yeah,
just change,
yeah.
and of course housing takes over. But perfect, great information. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And everybody, look for the Village Breeze. Excellent. Thank you, Ellyce.
Thank you.
All right, so make sure that you look for this. It should be arriving on your doorstep or in your mailbox at any day. We'll be right back.